Have I looked into Ring of Pain? I have not. Have you got a link? Have Double Bomb Daedalus. Some form of Arcus that... Oh, you know what would be a really good mod? Would be to have the actual names of these guys here. Oh, actually, no, it would be a great mod. Would be just have a better thing for Arcus so you can understand what he is. Sin of Darkness, which I believe is the Shield Fell enemies. Okay. We have Seraph the Impatient. Rector with Shade Splitter Morsel cards. 2 Hallowed Drippings, 2 Space Prisms. Nice. I like getting 2 Space Prisms with at the start. I think that's a really good start card. And a Resin Removal. I wonder if we can use the Resin Removal for something. No, I don't click YouTube links in while I'm streaming. Do you have the Steam link? Probably be a better one to look at something. Friendly units gain armor to front. Yeah, sure. Yeah, friendly units give armor and we can accumulate as well. That's nice. Yeah, no worries, dude. Guardians of Light. So this little dude is a jerk. Slay trigger. His slay is get a damage shield, which is a really painful thing. It's so hard to get him destroyed. So what are we looking at for damage? Because we need to kill some archers. Now there is only one archer on the second wave, but there's also an archer behind the boss, which makes this trial... This makes this fight extremely hard. So basically we've got to be able to take 10 damage a turn from... Like, we're leaking everything. This is possibly the worst combination for this fight. What's up, Burnmelt? So one of the reasons to take the spikes is so that our dregs can die off nice and quickly, but that also counts as a slay for that idiot. And there's 2 of them. That's the other thing that makes this really hard, is that there's 2 of them. So we don't have any dregs. So I was about to say, any dregs we put on the top floor don't get to hit in, but since we didn't draw any, that's a plus. That's a big help. That won't do any damage at all, so put you there and hope for maybe something. Thanks, dude. That's already released. Didn't even know it was a thing. Where's those space prisms we're supposed to get? You want to get that Stuart up top. Alright, so we reduced that damage from 6 to 3. We're going to reduce this damage as well, but we're going to take that one. And like I said, nothing we can do about that. This incoming 10 damage thing is pretty rough. This is 10 a turn, which hurts. Man, Accumulator Rector really strong. That move and the mold braces helped a lot. Whew. And Draff is good for a little bit of damage and something that burns out to trigger a Harvest on Rector. Dripfall can be very strong as well. You can get a plus 10 on it. It's like 40 damage. It's an okay. You can put it behind Rector. It's somewhat the equivalent of a one of the tomb bombs, without the bonus of being able to block as well. Backline damage. Kind of want to gorge it, but we could always just block with morsels. The reason we didn't block morsels in the last fight was because the front dude gets a damage shield. Although possibly could have considered it since we weren't killing him. And the hit points were... Probably should have, because the hit points were falling low enough where the damage Rector was doing wouldn't change it, so I should have at least calculated that. I think the first one might have needed Rector's damage to get below the second hit. But the last one, pretty sure we had enough in the dregs where I could have blocked with a morsel, and then that gives Rector that little bit extra health. I could endless draft, plus 10 draft, 25 health on whatever we pick up here. I mean, Baron's good, right? Okay, so we just go plus 10 draft and leave it at that. Up disciples. Same deal as we've only got the one backline spell now. The spikes isn't too bad because we don't need to worry about any slay issue. 10 armor though makes that really tough to get the kills down. Unfortunate. So you need to either bottom floor or top floor. And top floor is small, which means you can't kill off anything. It looks okay at first glance. Like, I'm not going to be watching videos or anything of it, so I could only have a quick grab at screenshots and stuff. I'll have to have a further look into it. But it didn't instantly make me go, no. So that's a plus. So you've been playing it, Silent? We're just going to eat everything. So we could find out what morsels we have first and see if it makes any difference. So these guys will die to spikes, which is... It's a tough call, right? Because 4 damage on Rectors, 4 damage every turn. Whereas we do get a harvest on both these guys if we play it, which is a total of 4 damage every turn. Plus they both get health. And we do 4 damage now, which is not relevant, but is something. We can also go second floor because it's not a haste. So the other option is play this on top for Collector, which is valid.
Remember everyone to vote for Phoenix Wright when the December bracket starts.
Wow, 9,000 getting in the plug. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies, man. Oh, no, I wish I hadn't done that. That's awesome, dude. Vote for Phoenix Wright. What do we get sound like? A vote for Phoenix Wright is a vote for something, 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 something. Something. Instantly punished? Yeah, a little bit, but we wouldn't have actually gotten anything had we done it. There's no healer here, so the extra 4 damage would have just put him on 2. Definitely doesn't feel the greatest though, right? That makes it feel a bit better though. Now, let's not sacrifice that guy. I'd set up bottom and might have had a chance. Well, no, because then there's nothing to hit them on the second floor. Get there. He'll get another 4, so it'll be like 41, so 5, 100 damage. Plus the damage from there. I don't think we have quite enough damage here. We can get... that's a little bit better. Hey Methos, how you doing? If we get Mind Collapse, that'll make me feel a lot better about... Nice. What's happening here? None of this matters because everything's dead. This feels incredibly mediocre, starting with 2 burnout consumed cards and starting cards. Yeah, unless you're someone who likes taking Burn Bright. In which case then they're probably pretty good. But I'm not that type of person. Because I'd rather win. Yeah, let's take it into the explosively. Mind Collapse is okay. Money's been very light though, so kind of want to just see multi straight out the chute. We got Endless. We got Endless on the bomb though. I wonder if Morsel Maker can tank for Rector and Dude. The problem is then you never get to put anything else down in front, but he's already making them all. So it means anything else you've got to put on all the other floors, which means you're potentially missing harvests. But you're creating your own harvests you're creating 2 potential harvests, which are all blockers each turn. Which is fine until he dies, right? Or he lets you down. Maybe it's not a good idea. So the only other thought is, do we want to put another 50 damage with a decent amount of block? Yeah, right. Double Bump Daedalus has haste units, so you right there, Rector? So top floor setup required. I could have resin removal. It doesn't matter. Their rage will be gone. I need to remember that resin removal can be used in a more than just turning like we used defensively as well as offensively. Yeah, yeah. Those are the words, Panz. I have to decide whether I want to kill one of these because I can, or if I want to kind of kill one of these because they're coming up next. Because we can only kill 2 of them ourselves, but it is only, you know, you're only dealing so much. Oh, that's a waste. Actually, can I get both of them? Oh, I can get... Okay, that works. That works. Hey Montila, how you doing? Apparently not so good. Is that just in general, or is that a prediction for the future of the train? It's making a grand entrance. Yeah, I don't think you were. Not a single interesting mod right now. You're not a very patient person, are you? We're 2 days before release of something, and no one has created something useful yet. We're 2 days away from the toolkit being released to make mods, and no one's created something yet. There might be some form of correlation there. I'd give it some time, dude. Burnout 1 draft on top floor is not very good. I should know this. Although it's pretty good there. Hey man without hair, that's right. ABDC? GFJH, what? Alright, they're only going to do 1 damage to the pyre each. I probably should do something like this for these guys. Nah, dude, that's just you. Alright. That should be enough to beat Daedalus, right? I think so. Oh, one of the things that I need to pay attention to is the the stacking of guys up front is okay, but I've got to make sure some of them actually die, because they won't with mold braces. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it can slow the scale of Rector. Especially, like, it'd be okay if top... Well, the dregs are okay, because they get to attack the next turn. But yeah, if I'm looking to get that damage to give Rector or Wickless a boost, it doesn't quite work. I should have just... yeah. Yeah. Wretch. No. Endless. No. No. And Blazing Bolts. That's a maybe. That's better. Like, Blazing Bolts is probably better if we go for a bottom floor setup, but I think we can make it work with the top floor. Another Weakless Baron seems... No, we just take one and upgrade it. This is interesting. We do have 2 Space Prisms, so I think drawing into one sooner is better. And then taking the instant one. And we have a nice bonus of having extra draw for the rest of the fight. And we can get rid of stews. Do we have anything that we really want to dupe? No. Things I want to get rid of. But I'd like to get the cost down on Blazing Bolts. Which we can't really do because we don't have that much money. And we need the money to try and hit a multi over there. Okay, that solves that problem. Although gold helps that problem as well. Huh. So I guess we take the gold. By a single -1, because that's 85 gold. We would have got this 10 over the other side anyway. Just buy a single -1 and don't get something else. Go there. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. We take 6 damage, but then we should be able to clean up the second row. Oh, we kill everything. So we take 6 damage, or we take 6 damage. We have one of those. It's kind of bad. That's effective. I think that's slightly better in the... I got Rector get some stuffs. Instead of taking 8, we take 12 there. But we're pre-ramped for the first fight of combat, which is reasonable. Close. Very close. So we are much further away from the next guy. I think that early damage probably saved us at least 6 on the previous one. And at least 6 again here. So it's not been awful, just not good. So a morsel dying doesn't get us down below that value, and we take an extra 3. And we're within range to kill that one anyway, so play that. Okay, Marks. Yeah, this is a tough clan combo. It used to be much easier when you could harvest off eating morsels. Much easier. But, yeah, a lot of fun. Usually the biggest problem people have is that they're unlikely to get anything offensive early because you've got dregs and shade splitters. So you can't kill things in the back, which makes the early fights really tough, and the challenge is almost like taking a trial almost impossible. Would have liked to have played that. He's gonna be hitting for 17, right? We get, like, what, 8 hits in? Dealing 80, 640, so that's enough. Okay, cool, we can play it. Awesome. I wonder if we take Fatal Melting here. Just to deal with -1 holdover. I think that's reasonable. Grovel could also be a thing, like Grovel on Rector for a damage shield and then 2 morsels to chump. Good thing the health is on there. So we're desperate for multi. There we go. And that starts to make things reasonable. I don't think I'm doing anything on any of the other units. No. We're going to be leaking too many. So I'm not worried about Rector or Wickless, I'm worried about them getting through. Although we just picked up a multi on Wickless, which means we're potentially killing 3 a turn. What's the first ones? The issue is the line where Road 2 with a 6105, who's already going to be dealing 10. That could already just be death. Money would be good. Okay. Okay. Nice. This lane's going to be a bit tougher. But if you only kill the front 2, you only take a little bit of damage. Oh, this is an issue though. Don't grovel. I'm looking to leak the back too. Hey Drywall, how you doing? Needed an attack morsel. He wanted to get that below to 50 or below, so the bomb straight out kills one. Ooh. Might not matter. Good morning, all Master Hakan. I'm glad you've arrived. This is Wahaha says Layers of Fear. Hey Wahaha 9000. Okay, nice of fatal melting to show up. Okay, stealth boss could be issue. I just got a notification for something. I didn't see what it was. I mean, I don't care, but more of a curiosity. Bomb was better there. Hey, Baha 9000, you've arrived. Okay, so that soaks a hit. We do kill this off, except I can't because I ought to play wrong. So we need to soak another hit. This works out. Does resin removal get rid of enemy stealth? No. Wait. Maybe. Yes. Yeah, green buffs. From my point of view as a player, that's probably the one underutilized thing, the most underutilized thing that I failed to do. I've even mentioned it twice already this run. That I don't... When I see resin removal, my instant memory is already locked into place that it removes daze from and sap from my units, and that's all that it does. And that's clearly not all that it does, but that's kind of pretty much all you ever do with it. There are some, like this case just here, where you can remove stealth from units, or in the very early game you can remove rage from some of the clergymen if it's relevant. But you normally don't pick up a resin removal that early in the game, so the only time it is kind of relevant is if you've been given one at the start, like we were. So all the time playing it as a way to remove the daze from my guys on top floor, or against Sap Seraph to remove the sap. It's sort of become ingrained now that I just don't recognize the play on the enemies. It's going to be a really hard one to try and change that pattern. Gold is always good, but less valuable right now. Health would be reasonable. Removal of a couple cards would be really good. Getting some stuff made cheap a bit better. I do want to dupe, but I don't want to dupe like a Blazing Bolts or a resin removal if they're still expensive. Not resin removal, fatal melting. Yeah, I want to get those made cheaper. And the removal's good so that we can find stuff sooner. Zero cost fatal melting, holdover fatal melting, or plus 10 on fatal melting. I think the plus 10 is quite what we need. Plus 10 on mind collapse is generally pretty good. Actually, a permafrost there since I don't really need it and I don't want to be. But we can use it on a specific turn, could be really good. Alright, incant and rally. And that's rally. Which means our boys won't get a turn for 2 turns. We almost need to be on. Can we bottom floor this? The risk of the bottom floor is taking too long to. Or not getting. We can't really middle floor. I mean, we probably could. That gets us to a decent damage level. Okay. Now, nothing of ours has died yet, though. And I kind of want to put the Dreg down because the next turn is the rally one, which gives us a Dreg out front. It also means we can't get a we can't put a tomb down. But if he puts the thing there, we can't put a tomb down anyway. What a jerk. However, we can Fatal Melting here. Shame on the burnout there. Can put a morsel down though, because morsels don't trigger rally. Hey, that's really good. Alright, so we won't play the Space Prism then, because I kind of want him to be dead. But we will, won't play it anywhere else, we'll save it. We'll play it again down there, maybe. Just getting the extra, not so much that we have to kill it somewhere else, but just getting the extra harvest just gives us that little bit extra. Okay. Could be on 78. Doesn't seem right. No, 68 he drops down to. Alright, so then you go at the back to deal 50 on him. That's in camp, which means we're probably going to get rally down here again, so I can't play a tomb. But I could play a tomb somewhere else. To could have blocked with him. I'm gonna put them in the middle and got extra damage on the back. Maybe that's just greedy. An extra 3, so it'd be an extra 6. Let's do it this way. You there. And then just throw you around. Yeah, okay, nice. And if that's the case, just get rid of these guys. It's strange how Arcus doesn't have the same sort of behavior as Seraph with the one line always alternating. And Cant's really rough here, but thankfully I don't have to play anything. So I don't play anything. Oh, hey, that's not cool, dude. Intent on death. We have a tomb. That is all. Forever consumed. I did not take that endless tome because I thought I'd be setting up on top floor. Which makes me wonder what advantage we have with this deck setting up on top floor versus bottom floor. And then an endless tome on Rect is really good for final boss killing because he can elevator. I probably should have taken that. I'm going to take it forever consumed here though. You want energy now? No, I won't draw. Go for another multi, which is kind of important. Reducing spells also important. And removing cards I think also important. Let's do that. It gives us a big middle floor. Okay. New plan? New plan. Put quick on dude. Give him plus 10 to start. Wonder if quick is better. Can help against early Rector issues. Right. Usually Rector's health doesn't come into play, but getting that early start could be alright. Resin removal is also very good for Ember Drain. You need to have multiple Ember Drain because you can't purge it on the same turn as the one you get it on. It's kind of silly like that. Like if you get multiple stacks, like self-inflicted. Gonna have to let that guy go through. Unharmed. Not liking the grovel as much anymore. Hey Arrow, how you doing? That's quick. We take 12? Is that awful? Oh, we kill it. Oh, it's not bad. Again though. That's better. Yeah, things are good, alright. How about you? Oh, you said doing okay. Doing okay is good. Remember the Mori. The more cards we take to try and deal with the fact that we're struggling to get that single target output, it's going to make it hardest to actually get that happening. Is that necessarily true? We're duping the dude. We have a Merchant of Magic. I can get 2 -1s on Mori. Yeah, okay. One of the issues is it doesn't do much damage early when we need it more. Although late game, being able to pick off something. Shape part of the Pog voter carry, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I must have slipped. Those look pretty average as well. What do we want to get rid of here? Shade Splitters kind of do a thing. They help against the rally better than the dregs, but they cost. That's probably the issue. I think we need the holdover on that anymore. Although it gets stronger. Nah. Let's go for the -1s there. Let's put that on that one. Yeah, that wasn't very good. So this goes there. Let's give you a +10 straight out the chute. Okay. Ah. What's the dupe? Oh, the dupe is our dude. There we go. And the removal is... Grovel's probably doing the least for us, and I couldn't get it cheaper, so we can pull that out. It creates a couple morsels, but not... I mean, it creates 2 morsels. No, we just don't... I'm not convinced. Dregs I can play on other floors if I really want to. Alright, Mr. Impatient. I wanted to go there. Freaking jerk, man. Like, just straight out the gate. This goes, oh, you want to go here, eh? Oh, I got plans for you. Now, even though playing like a dreg here to get the harvest, it still rallies him. And we don't want to be building that up to a huge amount because of when thingy kicks in. Maybe getting a dreg up here that we can use to kill light wings could be okay. Because of the quick, we don't need to kill this guy down here. In fact, we don't want to kill that guy down there. See, I don't understand that move. He's going to a floor with where I have a minion, right? Why is he putting melee weakness here instead of putting it on there? It feels bad. And now he's attacking my dude. So we either have to ramp him or we definitely get all the melee weakness. Do I do it with an entombed explosive? And he put the Lightwing down before going as well. That feels bad. Yeah, do it with the explosive because I might need that for bigger units. I think I should have played this space Prism 2 even though he was on that floor. Oh, he did it then, so he's doing it before he got. And now I can't play the two. Alright. He's really been a jerkhole. Like, let's have that one already pre-played so that he can't hit it. Do that as well. We'll put that one there so that we keep both of these guys. We need to soak melee weakness somewhere. So our bomb should get melee weakness. Nice. Does resin removal remove melee weakness? That could be a glorious thing. Well, but look at this one. He just put it on arrival. Palazzo. But he was coming from a floor that didn't have any. And so it's... If he's on a floor that has no units, he definitely won't do it on departure. So then he does it on arrival. And it looks like he does the melee weakness and drops the Lightwing on the same floor. But if he's going from here to, let's say, here, it could just be random. Which, you know, that takes the strategy out of strategy game. To a point beyond what is reasonable to expect from a player. Like, if you give me a card, where's one? Blazing Bolts. Deal 30 damage to a random enemy unit 4 times. I'm choosing whether I'm going to play that. So I look at this and go, do I want to play it here and hope that we kill both of these? And then I get to make the decision of I don't like those odds. Right? Or do I want to play it here just to put some extra damage in, or do I want to not play it at all? You know. But when you're planning on, we know what enemies come in each wave, we know we want to set up a certain way to sort of give us the best chance. And when Seraph's like, I'm going to go to a random floor and put a Lightwing down, we sort of look at that and we go, okay, we understand that, that's not such a big threat. But melee weakness ends up being a very huge threat, especially with the fact that Seraph attacks. So having... You know, and then some things you can play around, knowing that, you know, if you set up a single floor and Seraph is here, you know that he's coming back and doing that. But when you've got 2 floors, he doesn't even go back and forth between them, so you can't sort of try to play one step ahead. The only thing you know is that he could go here, or he could go here, but, you know... yeah... It's definitely a feels moment, right? Doesn't feels good. And I think the worst thing is, if he chooses to go here, he's going to melee weakness this floor. Okay, so we understand that. Especially if there was nothing here, we go, okay, we know we're getting melee weakness. If he goes here, he might melee weakness this floor. Or he might just drop it on us again, and we're like, thanks, dude. I think especially compared... And we've talked about this. Compared to the other 3 Seraphs, they drop a Lightwing and do a thing. He drops a Lightwing and does a thing, and attacks, and gains strength if you play a minion, and gains strength if you incant, and continues to do this once Relentless starts. He does a lot of stuff. He is overpowered. And some people will say, oh, but you get silence and you hard counter him. No, you don't. He still attacks, but he attacks on the same floor as a Lightwing, so that's 35 damage over 2 hits that you're getting during combat compared to the other Seraphs. Now, silence definitely, knocks him down a peg, and that's a problem in itself. But he could be, you could split him into 3 other Seraphs. Seraph of melee weakness, Seraph of rally incant, and Seraph of attacks during combat. Right? He's 3 Seraphs in one. You imagine too if they added 3 Seraphs in the last patch, everyone would have been like, "Oh my god, we've got 6 final bosses now." That would have been amazing, and everyone would have hated the rally incant one. But you know. What do you do though? What do you do? What we can do though, is we can put some dregs down here, right? So that if he comes down here, his AI will say, "Well, I need to put melee weakness down the bottom." That's a rule. Right? And if he goes up top, he has to put melee weakness. That way, Rector won't get another melee weakness shot. Someone will make a new Seraph mod in the DLC. I don't want more Seraphs. I just want a mod that has no Seraph Patient and no Talos. And preferably no Arcus. And then I can just play that. That would be perfectly fine. Okay, so they're good for next turn as well, because he's going to go one of 2 floors. Now, ideally... What do we have happening? 70? It's like an almost kill. He could still come middle though. Yeah, split Seraphs mod. Could be good. So he can go. He got 2 places he's going to go next. We can't protect against here, or can I here? That's 80. I think that. So now we don't care. I'll put that one at the front. No, that's not going to die anyway. Take that 15 and that's fine. Seraph has to go to the bottom floor next. We're good? We're good. Ah, thanks, Arrow. I'll put myself up there. Hey, we achieved the one-sided train goal. So I'll do a one-sided run after this. And we'll get a new goal going.